Good afternoon from Yami B TV. Wishing you all well, of course, right? 2 days of gloomy weather, and I woke up on a gloomy side of the bed this morning. Now, look, I get sick of, especially youngsters that send me videos that people are saying about me online, and we said we wouldn't go down this road no more, right? But sometimes when you go too far, especially when you've had a conversation with the person after the first bit, and then you say everything hunky-dory, and then you're still going to go and put stuff up. Ricky, listen to me, mate. Look, some of you will have the that I'm doing this. Many will have the that I got to do things this way. But I have to address what many of those, because with people putting out false narratives, right? You get people with lower intelligence where they're going to, and I lose out of it. And it affects people close to me. Look, the beginning of all this, Ricky, is we messaged you on Facebook Messenger. We had a video call after a couple of bits. We were asking you for permission to do a video on your mental health and your mental welfare, because you'd already been up there calling it on with Tom, Dick and Harry, right? So we knew that you were having a kind of breakdown. Many of us have been through it online before, and not to this scale, to be honest. And we wanted to give you an opportunity and a way out. There's nothing in it for me to do that, apart from that we liked you, Ricky, and we thought you was on a good place and doing good in the community. You've appeared on certain things, which I'm going to get to now in a minute as well, Ricky. You brought this on yourself, Ricky. We approached you and we wanted to give you a way so that when you sober back up, you can say, look, I had a blowout. All right, it's continued and gone on and all that. You already said it was going on before you got there as well, but just a different substance. Ricky, look, you're suffering from rejection at the moment with your missus, all right? You're running out of money. The views, look. I've got the voice notes there. I've got all the originals, right? Not no made up edited shit. You never asked me nothing about Levi Belfield. You liar, man. Are you talking to yourself and then adding bits on? Because it's come to my attention that you can edit things and make a conversation look like I've got all the originals there. And about 20 of my team members have got them too, Ricky. You deleted the things on Messenger first when we had the phone call. You gave me permission to do the mental health, and you was talking in Rasta. That wasn't derogatory and making you look bad. Again, we was giving you, because of your state of mind, we was helping you along so that we hope that you get back to normal. You were good at your reporting on Bacon Bonces. That's really what the channel was about. I see today that you put up a bullying one, so it's probably coming back to this dark side of social media. It's not really for you. You started losing money. You was on TikTok beforehand, before you went out there to where you are now, saying, how come all my views have gone down? I can't, because you can't pay the bills now and all that. I have it in them voice notes, you categorically asking me, let's create a fake online beef. I'm going to put up all of them, you know. If this continues, drop me out, mate. Straight up and down, they've all got it, my team members, right? Some are saying, don't do it, Yami, leave it, right? I categorically said to you, listen, I'm on a peaceful thing. You're supposed to be a role model, I'm saying to you. Snap out of this. You've got beef online already with people. You don't need me. I said that I would back you. I said, look, Rick, if you want me to, when you're doing your stuff, I will go up there and help you. If that's a sin and I plead guilty to that, you lot, yeah, I do. I said, I'll back you, Ricky, but I'm not doing it. I've got a duty of care, so should you. It's the wrong road to go down. I gave him all the right advice. Right? On the video call that day, I never told Hedgehog or brettmay. I don't know how they knew that. Because I said to you, and it's in the voice note there. I said, look, take the video down. You got lipstick on you, right? I said, I'm thing and all that. And I thought you was talking what they was talking about, the lady. Because I said it to you in the voice note. You goes, no. Yami, yeah, no, you couldn't remember what you said. I'm not putting all that up there, Ricky, because it's your son and it's his girlfriend. And you sent the picture, you said, no, when I said they had the biggest tits that I've ever seen, they were 20-something, I was talking about my son's daughter. We don't want to to go into all this, but if that was the case, then when I asked you the next day, because you was messaging me all that night after I did that video, after you gave me permission for it, you said to me all night, I said, Ricky, sober up and in the morning, listen to what I'm saying. And then you say, I misread it and da. Why don't we just create the beef? Because I'm sure we got to look at it as a business thing. Yeah? And you should, but if that was the case, it wasn't what I said to you, why I was laughing in the voice note, and you've nicked the bits from the bit on Messenger, where I'm laughing hysterically, but you mixed up what was said, Ricky. Is that you was talking about you went with someone funny. And I don't care, we don't care on Yami B about sexual preferences, that's your business, man. You're suffering hard from rejection at the moment. It's a new way, and it can cause us to have these little downtimes when circumstances that we're familiar with start changing. You know what I mean? And you've got to look after yourself now. So you was letting your hair down before you went over there, Ricky, but you're just doing it in a different way now, where you're basically giving up. It's very sad to witness. You can't show your face on certain times, then you're appearing. But we're not going to bring that into effect. But then why would you bring up that? Oh, I was talking about my son's daughter. That's it. Think about what you're saying there. If it wasn't what you said on the video call to me, what I said to you, sorry, why would you say, no, Gabby, I was on about her? Didn't make no sense. But again, we look at it, he was out your box. But my days, boy, if I was out my box, I wouldn't be talking about daughter-in-law, son, or anyone close to me, or anyone for that matter, in that way, unless it's in the forefront of your mind. I never told Hedgehog and brettmay. I don't know how they knew about that bit when me and you had the video call or whatever, unless it's something else, that person with a lipstick on your lips. Funny how you did take that down, Ricky. But we don't care about that. Ricky, in that shit life we talk about on Yami B TV, that old life, you didn't have much. You wasn't in that life. You went to jail for a particular thing that you had a little bit of history for on something else. You wasn't really a criminal, Ricky. Not that I was on a big level or I'm glamorizing gangster life and all that, but down your neck of the woods, you wasn't really known for, and you're hardly a fearful sight, Ricky, which is good. You know what I mean? You're not someone who say, oh, Ricky Keeling's come. It's not like Danny Christie and paulvenis, even Decker. And even brettmay, when you go, right, it's going to be, no one really looks at you like that, Ricky. We know what I was. You've already said in there that I would run around and I might do madness back in the day for a £10 thing, a £20 and do this to someone and all that. Ricky, that you think that in the chat the other day with the Hedgehog thing, they're all coming at you, got nothing to say. But after we had the conversation about let's do the best thing possible, and you're putting up things that other people said to you, said about me, that have got history for being a bacon. Don't do, Ricky, I told you, I did say to you, listen, Ricky, take that bit down, but if you want to leave the bit where you snagged me off, leave it up there, Ricky. But you didn't want to listen. And now you're coming back round. You're in such a bad state that you just can't understand what's going on. And it continues and continues. And I wake up. I get worried that we're going to wake up and you're just going to not be, you're going to be doing yourself in worse than what you're doing already. Yeah? These marital crises, they come, Ricky. You've got to be able to pay the rent and those bills in them hotel things. One of them's cheaper, more expensive than the other. I can't remember what Vietnam or the other one, Thailand, which is thing. So you had to move to go and do that. But it's so interesting that the time you decide to start going nuts and trying to get a few views by calling it on with people that are going to see right through it, because the majority of them will weigh you in, Rick. You weren't known for having a fight, Ricky. Ricky, stop it, man. So you did all that. Basically, once you left the bloody country, it's an absolute joke, Rick. Ricky, drop me out, right? Because I don't want to come. But I get sick of all this, Ricky. Leave me alone. I already broke it down to you the day after. I gave you time. You said, right, I'm sober now. We'll go up there. I said, no. I'm not pretending to do nothing. I'm not pretending to have online beefs. The voice notes are there. If you continue, I'll get my team to put them up, Ricky, and put the final nails in that coffin, all right? We give you a chance because we liked you. And we know it's a terrible time for you. But you couldn't do all that talking while you was back in where you're from. You waited until he went. Ricky, what a muggy turnout, mate. Ricky, go and lay down, man.